going on, team? Get this lock and loaded. Want to make sure the stream is working. Test, 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 test. Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing. Perfect. What's going on, guys? So let's get this started. So we're gonna be looking at AU, EURCAD, EURUSD, GJ, GU, CHF, gold, US30, and Bitcoin. Right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right. So we are going to be updating the daily time frames since we already started the month. Right. I'm just going to be adding to see what type of continuations we could be expecting. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Just to see what type of continuations we could be expecting, right? So AU, here was Gamamid. What was the share, my brother? Right, we finally have a month of drop. 4 hour, no continuation, right? No net. We know we're in a downtrend. Let's look at the 4 hour again. Let's look at why we're good. Right, so then in the 30, want to see where we're at, right? We're in the previous low of where the BOS happened, right? Which happened down here. We can see price finally closed below the zone, right? Testing it, but did close below. Gave us a day of drop yesterday. Today, let's see what price gave us. Did it give us 2 days of drop? Gave us actually a no net. Wow, was not expecting that. Right, 1700, 1700. Yep, gave us a day of no net, guys. So no 2 days of drop, no continuation. This is one where, right, we were waiting for this to happen. We're expecting the second day of drop. We're expecting a pullback to be given on the second day to then give us another low, but price ended up giving us a no net, so we're gonna have to be patient. I know tomorrow's an NFP day as well, so that's gonna be interesting. So at this point, we know we're trading between this low, and we can see that this high is already being tested. Alright, so we're just gonna have to wait it out, guys. CHF going into the daily time frame. We're in an uptrend, right? We ended this month on a rise. Perfect. We're still in peak high territory, so no continuations. Still waiting it out. 2 weeks to rise. This week being the third week, already gave us a new high, and then price started trending down, lower low, lower high. Back at that 4 hour low, price rejected and then started going away from it. So let's see if we can look for continuation. Right now, no continuations, but we can see that price rejected the lows, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Then what did price do? Higher high gave us a change of character. So this could be a good one for today. Well, for tomorrow morning. We have the opening to the close. Close really close to it, but it did finish on a rise. Then we have our red candle. We know this is the change of character. Right, waiting for the BOS. We are trading between this low here. CHFJPY, this is a clean entry too for the low. Sweep the lows, double bottom. Would be nice if we get a pullback to happen. EURCAD daily time frame, right? We are still uptrending, right? Market makers pattern. We're in the middle of the first zone of consolidation. Month of drop this month, have a month of no net, so no continuation. Price is still just moving sideways. 2 weeks of drop, this week being third week gave us a new low. Price is just bottoming out at the 4-hour low. We have 2 days of no net. Today price finally gave us some type of movement and ended up moving up a little bit, so we're still trading between this high and this low. Nothing yet on EURCAD. Euro USD daily time frame, right? Market makes pattern uptrend. V1 middle of consolidation. Month drop, counter drop, a week, 2 weeks of counter drop. This week being the third week gave us a new low. Price started moving up, gave us an engulfing candle retest to continue the trend to the top side. Lower low, lower high, lower low, high, lower low. That's where we're at now. Lower high. So we have this break that gave us this high. Technically, right? We have this break, give us this break. Boom. Change of character happened here, low, high. So let's rewind here. Right, this is a change of character. This then gives us this low. Right? And whatever high that's being set that we currently don't have. We have rise. Green 4-hour candle, no continuations. So we gotta still wait it out here, guys. Would like to see a pullback happen, right? We have imbalanced candles and clear traffic on the left hand side. We also have the 800 EMA. So for me to even be comfortable looking for a trade here, right, I want to see price break above here and retest. GJ daily time frame, once again peak high territory, understanding that we still have a little bit more to go to reach the previous patterns high, right, the previous peak high, but we also have a gap up here, so I am still expecting uptrend patterns on GJ, right? So for the monthly pattern, we have another month of rise, but no continuation, just rise, drop, rise, right? In the 4-hour pattern, right, 4-hour time frame, we have 3 weeks of rise. On the 4th week, expecting a drop or a no net, gave us a no net. This week price started trending down, lower low, lower high, but the low that we want to see price break were these lows, right? Or the price that we want to see was to retest the lows, right, for it to continue to go up, and that's exactly what it did. It retested the lows, right? It missed it by a little bit, right? It missed it by a hairline of a pip, right, which would have been the what we would call the bullseye entry, right, in the 4-hour time frame. But what did price do in the 4-hour time frame? It rejected the lows and it gave us an engulfing candle, right? Red, green, perfect engulfing candle in the 4-hour time frame, right? Hasn't given us a retest yet. So could we be expecting a retest of the engulfing pattern? Let's look at it in the 30-minute time frame, right? We know that we're still trading what? High, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? Price still hasn't given us the retest of the 4-hour low. So could price just be making a lower high to continue to go and make a lower low to tap into the 4-hour zone? Could be something that could happen, right? Looking at it in the 30-minute time frame, we had a day of drop, then today gave us a day of rise, right? Did look like it wanted to give us another day of drop, but then price ended up just coming right back up, right? We're still trading between this low broke, gave us this high to give us this low, right? We're gonna say that I'm trading between these lows over here, right? I don't really want to say this is a pullback. Internal structure just doesn't look good, right? So I'm just gonna mark this all as a zone here. We're trading between this low and this high, right? Because if not, we'd say that this is a change of character that's happening now, but I don't like that. I would rather see just clean what would be considered a clean BOS, right? This is how I'm looking at it. Would be I want to just see a clean BOS of the zone that we're in, right? We know we're pretty much trapped between this high and this low, right? Lows were rejected here, highs were rejected here. If we start looking at all the candlesticks, right? We have green candle test, 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 right? This candle here was the first candle that wasn't, let's zoom in, right? This is the first green candle that wasn't touching the zone. So this is the first candle that starts the break of structure. Now, what confirms the BOS is the candle that breaks above the zone, right? So this candle, yes, it confirmed the break, right? Testing, testing, testing. All of these candles were test, test, test until this one here, right? So now I'm expecting price to give us a pullback into the zone, right? So they continue to go up. That would be ideal for us, right? For then price to cover this here, right? And we'd be looking for a small TP somewhere into the zone here. Now, I wouldn't take this trade because of how small my risk to reward is, right? This is only a 50 pip TP, right? But our stop loss into the zone, where would we put our stop loss, right? The only valid place for a stop loss here would be down here into the zone at 128 pips, right? So I also want you guys to take into consideration, yes, we are expecting price to pull up. Yes, we are at the bottom of the zone. But why isn't this the best place for an entry? Is because we seen how price rejected the 4-hour lows. It didn't tap into it. So technically speaking, does price still have strength to make a lower low, lower high, lower low structure to come back down to here? Yes, right? So our only valid real confirmations is going to just be either the break of these highs over here, or for price to give us a pullback down to the bottom to then look for price to continue to push from here to go to the top. I hope that makes sense. GU, right, is another one that we are in an uptrend, right? We're in V1. Right now we are at the top of the first zone of consolidation. We have a month of no net. This month that just opened gave us another month of no net. So price has just been moving sideways for the last 2 months. In the weekly time frame, we can see how price again just moving sideways. We're trading between the 4-hour high and the 4-hour low. We tapped into the 4-hour lows, as we can see here, right? In the 30-minute time frame, what I would wanted to see in GJ, as soon as we tapped into the 4-hour lows, price started trending to the top side, right? We know we're still trading lower low, lower high, lower low. At one point, gave us a change of character, gave us this low and this high, then gave us another change of character from this low here, that gave us this high and this low. This high broke and gave us another change of character. Right, so again, yes, we are in a change of character, but we need to see a change of character and a break of structure to get into a comfortable trade here. At this point, we don't really have anywhere where price still making new highs, right? We have a day of rise as well, but again, we are in the middle of the zone again, so this is not a valid place. And then these entries were given right at 6 in the morning, so we're a little late on that when I started looking at the charts last night. Well, this morning. 2100 candles green, and we had a green day. Right, so GU for now, not in a bad spot to look at trades, but again, we are in the middle of the zone, reaching the top. So today's movements were pretty clean. You know, even if we missed this, we had a break retest to continue to go. Let's look at something. Do we have an engulfing candle here at all? No, we didn't. We almost did in the 4-hour. In the daily time frame, we had an engulfing candle. Red, red, green. Could we get price to pull back down into here? Possibly. We'll look at that later. Right, we'll look at that in the morning. US30, right? Peak high territory. We have 2 months of rise this month, giving us that 3rd month of rise, right? So already February, we know we're not really expecting price to give us another month of rise, right? Let's do something real quick. Sorry about that, guys. Right, in the 4-hour time frame, we have 3 weeks of rise, this week being the 4th week, right? But we know that we have a gap on the third week, right? We had 1 week, second week, on the third week gave us a new high, but it opened with a gap, so it reset the pattern. So now we have a week of rise. This week also opened with a gap, so it reset the pattern again. So when we're looking at it in the weekly standpoint, we could see how price just keeps being manipulated to the top side. So at this point, again, we're still waiting, right? We had a day of drop. Price gave us, the imbalance to the bottom side. Again, if you're trading during NYC, look how, like, if you're in an entry and you're not taking profit as soon as STP gets hit. Let's look at this real quick. So 220 pips before this candle down, right? So from here to here at 10 o'clock, 220 pips where they hit. No, let's recalculate STP real quick just in case, because I didn't do that this morning. 328. All right, so yeah, 219 is STP, so 220. So STP was never hit, but if you held this, your stop loss was hit at 11 in the morning, and then these entries were the ones that were hit, that were good to continue the trend to the top side. So this is why, again, I just decided to stay out today. There was just no, with news coming up and everything, I didn't want to risk being hit out of my positions. So this is why we decided to stay out. But it did do good movement patterns if you were waiting for them, right? Good movement, good candle closures. It was just if you were patient or if you had a wide enough stop loss. But this literally hit everybody's. If you're trading the 30-minute zone, underneath the 30-minute zone, and then again, it's such a big pair. You're risking 70 pips. It's a lot. So yeah, so let's see what price wants to do here for US30, right? We went right back to the top of our 30-minute zone. Could this be where price is just gonna start trending down? It could be, right? I want to look at want to see if we have any engulfing candles. Does not look like it in the 4-hour or the daily or the 1 hour or the 30 or the 15. So still gotta wait it out. USDCAD daily time frame. V2, we're right back at the low of consolidation, looking for safety trades. We had 2 months of counter drop on the third month, did not give us a new low. Instead, it gave us a month of rise. So we're starting to push to the top side. We had higher high, higher low, higher high, gave it the change of character, lower low, lower high. Right, internal structure, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, to where we're at now. 4-hour time frame, we had 3 weeks of rise. Fourth week was given last week, did give us another week of rise. Again, why? We had a gap on the second week, reset the trend, gave us another week of rise, but it did reject the previous week's highs. So that was a confirmation that price is going to continue to trend to the bottom, and that's exactly what happened. Right, in the 4-hour time frame, we're still in the middle of the zone. We're still trading between this 4-hour high and this 4-hour low, in the lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. So again, we really don't have any valid trades until we break above our 4-hour highs. Then 30-minute, we had a day of rise, then today gave us a day of drop. All right, we're trading here, 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 give us this, boom. Now we're trading between this low and that high. Gold, daily time frame. Where are we? Peak high territory, not really sure. We're just following structure, right? We had lower low, lower low, change of character, higher high, higher low. BOS higher high, higher low. Made a new high to where we're at now, making this higher low. Waiting to see what price wants to do. Gave us a rise, 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 no net. And then this month gave us another no net. So price right now is still not moving into directions that we want to see it go to. We had a week of no net last week. This week, price is still at the top side. We had lower low, lower high, lower low. So where price is at now, to see if price wants to break these highs. If price wants to break these highs, then we know price is going to want to continue to go up. The 30-minute time frame, we had 3 days of rise on the third day. Did finish on a rise, right? And then gave us another day of rise today. Also tapped into the 30-minute lows and then ended up just going right back to the top side. Higher high, higher low, high, higher low, higher high. Last but not least, Bitcoin daily time frame. Let's zoom out a little bit. Alright, looks like we're in the second zone of consolidation, right? With the first push for zone, second push, looks like the second zone is going to be created. And right now we are in the middle, right, of the high and the low. The high and the low of the zone, we're in the middle. 4-hour time frame, we could see that, right? Our daily high, daily low, 4-hour high, 4-hour low. Right now we're just in the middle. 30-minute time frame, right? Today's entries again, we're pretty good. I was doing this, just marking this up, seeing that we had the top of the zone, the bottom of the zone. Bottom of the zone, we started trending. Right, left engulfing candles in the 5-minute time frame, tapped into them, right, gave us another double bottom, and price just started continuing the trend to the top side, right, gave us a BOS at the top of the zone. On top of the fact that it gave us a BOS on the top of the zone, it gave us an engulfing green candle, right, with the retest to continue the trend to the top side. Right, so Bitcoin is also not in a bad position right now, right, but again, we are looking for price to go up, and we are reaching the top of the zone again. Price has been consolidating the last couple days, so we just have to wait it out. But that's today's class, guys. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Any pairs you guys want me to go over, also just let me know. If not, then let's take a look at Forex Factory again. Look at the news. I think tomorrow's NFP, right? So just like today, just like yesterday, if right 8:30 and then 10 o'clock. So I'll be up in the morning. If ADR, I know yesterday was a little bit different, right? Yesterday there was news pretty much all night going into the morning. So if ADRs hit in the morning, then I'm gonna do the same thing I did yesterday. I'm just not gonna even look at the charts. If there is something to trade, then you know I'll be on. Euro AUD, I got you. So Euro AUD, right? Pretty much just to tap into what we were saying yesterday about it, right? The same thing what we were looking at with every pair. Right, price is consolidating, lower. Well, at one point, right, it was trending counter, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. That's where we're at here, right? When we got to the middle of the zone, price started consolidating, right? So what are we looking at when we get into consolidation like this in the middle of the zones, right? We're either looking for price to break above, where in this case we are in an uptrend, so we're looking for price to break above, break, retest, and continue the trend to the top side. Then for price to be to here, and then do the same thing here. Break, retest to continue the top side. So at this point, right, we had a day of rise here, right? We had one day of rise here. On the second day, we had this second day of rise here, right? Then today on the third day, what happened, right? This is one pair that moves early. So if you're not looking at this early, you probably missed the trade. But what ended up happening, the break, retest to continue to push to the top side. When we got to the top side, we gave a break, retest to continue to push to the top side to give us a 372. Right, so now today I'm not expecting another day of rise. I'm either expecting price to give me a nice pullback, right, or for price to just chop, right, and continue consolidating. So at this point, right, we had lower low, lower high, lower low. We had this break, right, so let's put the lines now. Now we can start adding these lines and we'll start clearing it up. I'll have a change of character, right, which gave us this new low, right? We have the same low and the high up here. Right, so we know now that we're trading between this 30-minute high and this 30-minute low. Alright, so now there's a few things we could do, right? So the number one thing is 800 EMA, right? Where could we be expecting price to pull back down to? Let's do this real quick. Sorry about that, guys. I don't have a folder for this, I don't think. Yeah, I'll make one now. Right, what could we be expecting price to do now, right? So let's add the fib, right? And let's also say this, right? So the number one thing I want to see, where did the break happen? It happened here. What was the last red candle that made the push to the top side? Was here, right? So I'm expecting price to at least pull back to this area here, right? Also, why am I expecting price to pull back up to here? This is where the last internal structure high was. Remember, this was the break of the BOS, right, of the consolidation in the middle of the zone. So not only does it line up with the retest of the high of the zone, it also aligns with the 50% Fibonacci retracement. Also aligns with the bottom of the zone that's in the same spot where the 61.8 retracement is, right, and the 800 EMA. So if we were to catch a trade going counter, right, going short, we'd want to see price go into the zone, right, push 1, push 2, push 3, to then start pushing the uptrend again from here. And this is to capitalize on, again, where are we in the daily time frame? Push 1, push 2, we're expecting another high to be made. Push 3 to the top side. Right, but right now we're in the middle of the zones in the 4 hour, in a daily. 30 minutes is the only one that's trending, but we just gotta wait it out, right? We have higher high, higher low to where we're at now. Right, we can see we have the change of character. Obviously, once we got the BOS, we'll have a clean, better structure. But this was a clean 372 for today. So AU right now still trading counter, still not moving into the direction we want to see. CHF waiting it out. EURCAD just consolidating, as you can see. Great session. Thank you, no problem, my brother. EURUSD waiting it out as well. Already started the trend to the top, wanting to see what price wants to do. GJ also just waiting it out. Look how price is just rejecting these highs. GU, US30, USDCAD. Alright guys, we'll see you in the morning. Peace out.